As we talked about earlier in this week, there was an AoE damager or AoE attacker for Honkai Star Rail that's coming out that was really good. But I do think that there is another one that we are getting that is really good. And not only the fact that we are getting them free to play in story, but we're also getting a copy of them for free for reaching 5 million pre-registrations for Honkai Star Rail. And yes, we are talking about Serval. But before we get into Serval, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified of when the next Honkai Star Rail video comes out. And of course, leave a comment down below. Would love to hear you guys' opinions on this. Without any further delay, let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, as I said before, Serval is a free-to-play 4-star lightning AoE attacker because she is part of the Erudition, just like Herta, what we talked about last, a couple days ago. So the Erudition, if you didn't pay attention before, characters of this path have exceptional multi-target AoE damage, use their abilities in the right time to turn the tide of battle, which is perfect because, again, I think AoEs deserve a place in here, and I don't think that you should just use one AoE depending on, what's going on, especially if you have certain opponents that have certain weaknesses. And Serval covers that lightning weakness. Basic attack, Roaring Thunderclap, deals lightning damage equal to 50, 100, and 110% of Serval's attack to a single enemy. Now, Lightning Flash is interesting. The skill deals lightning damage equal to 60, 120, 132% of Serval's attack to a single enemy, and lightning damage equal to 30, 60, and 66% of Serval's attack to any adjacent enemies with an 80% base chance for enemies hit to become shocked for 2 turns. While shocked, enemies will take lightning DOT, damage over time, equal to 40, 80, and 88% of Serval's attack at the beginning of each turn. This is crucial because you're doing damage over time while also attacking the 2 adjacent enemies to that character, which means if you're attacking in the middle, you're gonna hit 1 enemy to the left, 1 enemy to the right. It's just how it is. It's really good. Now, obviously, as you saw, it's the opposite for you guys, but that's my left, and you get it. I ain't gonna get into it too much, but that's really crucial because, again, shocking the enemy and being able to do the extra damage over time makes her a major benefit in my opinion. Here comes the Mechanical Fever, which their ultimate deals lightning damage equal to 108, 180, and 194% of Serval's attack to all enemies. This is the actual AoE, so it hits all 5 enemies. Enemies already shocked will extend the duration of their shock state by 2 turns. So 1 turn, you do this, you shock them for 2 turns. The next turn, they're down to 1. You shock them for an additional 2. They're shocked for 3. So that means they're getting 3 turns of constant damage. So for this, you want to make sure you keep the skill up, because if you keep that up and you keep the ultimate going, you could keep them getting damage over time over and over again, which is crucial for those longer battles. Now, Galvanic Chords. After Serval attacks, deals additional lightning damage equal to 30, 60, and 66% of Serval's attack to all shocked enemies. So again, you're getting another boost of 30, 60, and 66% on top of what you're already doing with that lightning DOT. So that's pretty dang good. Good Night Bellowbog immediately attacks the enemy after entering battle, deals lightning damage equal to 50% of Serval's attack to a random enemy, and all enemies have a 100% base chance to become shocked for 3 turns. Well shocked, enemies will take lightning DOT equal to 50% of Serval's attack at the beginning of each turn. What the heck? This Serval is going to be godly when it comes to the shock damage. Blows my mind. Just blows my mind. Let's talk about traces. Unlocks at A2, Serval's skill has a 20% increased base chance to shock enemies. So that just becomes a 120%. Instead of a 100% base chance, it becomes a 120. But that's not what we're talking about entirely. We're talking about this. So after that, it becomes a 100% chance. So you will shock enemies. That's big. That's big. String Vibration. Serval immediately regenerates 15 energy at the beginning of the battle. So already you could get enough energy, or at least close to it, to get your ultimate back. Mania. After defeating an enemy, Serval's attack is increased by 20% for 2 turns. That's pretty big too. Now, of course, we already talked about this, but Eidolons are if you get multiples of the character. Since we're going to be getting technically an Eidolon level 1, from what it looks like, I could be wrong, but it looks like we're getting Eidolon 1 already with just the free-to-play character and getting the free Serval from the 5 million pre-registration. So C1's going to be, you know, the one we're already going to get. But don't pay attention to Eidolons 3 and 5, it just increases talent. So let's go ahead and get into it. Eidolon level 1. Serval's basic attack deals lightning damage equal to 60% of her basic attack damage to a random enemy adjacent to the basic attack target. So on the left or on the right. Yeah, that's pretty dang good. Eidolon level 2. Every time her talent is triggered to deal additional damage, Serval regenerates 4 energy. That's big too, because again, you're wanting to make sure that you want to get your ultimate off. This just keeps on playing into like constantly shocking them. Make some noise. Her Eidolon level 4. Serval's ultimate has a 100% base chance to apply shock to enemies not currently shocked. This shock has the same effects of that applied by her skill. What the heck? What is this? So no matter what, if you get Eidolon 4, you're shocking every time. It doesn't matter. Eidolon 6, the song echoes through the sky. When Serval's energy is at 50% or higher, her basic attack and skill damage is increased by 20%. She's gonna be godly when it comes to the damage, guys. I think she's gonna be pretty dang good from what it looks like. Now let's go ahead and talk about what I think is her best relic pieces. Obviously, it's the Band of Sizzling Thunder. 2-piece and 5-piece increases lightning damage by 12%, which means you're increasing it by 24%. And the 4-piece, enemy receives 40% more shock damage from the wearer. The wearer deals 18% more damage to enemies inflicted with shock. This is perfect for her. You're gonna just do more damage. It's ridiculous and absurd. That's how I feel about it. Now let's go ahead and talk about the 4-star light codes here. Now the light code that I'm looking at, which is hers right now, I believe this one's hers, or no, I think it's Make the World Clamor. It might be, yeah, Make the World Clamor. The wearer regenerates 20, 23, 26, 29, and 32 energy immediately upon entering battle, and increases ultimate damage by 24, 30, 36, 42, 48%. This is a good one for her, because again, you're relying on the energy so you could constantly be shocking the enemies. So that's pretty good. I think that would be her best one. I honestly think that any of these will work perfect for her, because it's going to work in favor of doing that damage. Now, of course, it's going to fall on any of these 2 5-star light cones as well. That would be her best in slot. The Before Dawn, which we've already talked about Night of the on the Milky Way, but Before Dawn increases the wearer's crit damage by 32, 40, 48, 56, and 64%. Increases the wearer's skill and ultimate damage by 20, 25, 30, 35, and 40. After the wearer uses their skill and ultimate, they gain Somnus Corpus. Upon triggering the follow-up attack, Somnus Corpus will be consumed and the follow-up attack damage increases by 48, 60, 72, 84, and 96%. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think shock constitutes as a follow-up attack. I could be wrong, but that might work. If it doesn't, then obviously Night of the Milky Way. For every enemy on the field, increase the wearer's attack by 8, 10, 12, 14, 60%, up to 5 times. When an enemy is inflicted with a weakness break, the wearer's damage is increased by 24, 30, 36, 42, and 48%. Honestly, it's tough because I truly feel that when it comes to the light cones, these are made perfectly for the wearer. Now, you could say any of these could really work, and it's the same for the 5 stars, but there's a lot of options. Serval here is going to be great because again, we're already getting the Eidolon level 1 from what it looks like. Again, I could be wrong. But if we are getting that Eidolon 1, you're already getting that benefit. Like, being able to do more damage is always a plus. I think you're going to want to build her with obviously effect hit rate, or not really effect hit rate because you already have a 100% chance, so there's no point for that. But I think you're going to want to focus obviously attack, crit, and crit rate, crit damage. Always right there. I think speed might also be a good thing too, because if you could get those attacks off quickly, you're going to start getting the damage over time like crazy. So Serval's going to be a lot of fun in my personal opinion. I can't wait to play as her. Now, of course, guys, if you like the content, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified when the next Honkai Star Rail video comes out, and leave a comment. Would love to hear you guys' opinions on Serval. Let me know if any of my information is wrong, because I definitely want to make sure that I'm giving the proper information when it comes to these characters. So, without any more stalling, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to entertain you. We will be back again with another Honkai Star Rail video next week, and of course, we'll see you guys in the next video. Please take care and be safe, y'all.